everyone, welcome back to Bookish Blonde. So today we're going to talk a little bit about PangoBooks. What is PangoBooks? How much do I love it? And what currently is in my Pango bookstore. So we're going to get a little bit of an unhaul as well. So PangoBooks is an app that anyone can download. It's free. And it is such a convenient and easy way to buy and sell your books online. It is a veteran-owned company, which I love that. That alone right there is something that makes me want to check a company out. And I just was blown away. I was a little hesitant at first when I heard about it, being like, oh, is this going to be as easy as they say? It is. It is as easy as they say. When you sell a book, you are notified you sold a book, and then there is something for you to print out at your home printer. All you have to do is put that on your envelope or your box, whatever you're shipping it in, and ship it away. You don't have to go to the post office. Obviously, if it doesn't fit in your mailbox, if it's like a big order, you'll have to drop it off at a post office. But they automatically take the shipping cost out of your earnings. And then your earnings you could either use towards buying PangoBooks, or you can have it transferred into your bank account that you set up with it. So super simple, super convenient. I like to send my books with a little bookmark or a couple bookish stickers, those kinds of things, just for another surprise treat. But you know, I have not used my earnings to put in my bank account. I have always used my earnings to buy more books. That's just been my choice. You know, and so I'm going to share with you some books that I currently have in my Pango shop right now, and why I decided to put them there, why I'm unhauling them, taking them off my shelves, and so forth. So let's just get started. But yeah, check out PangoBooks, you know, wherever you download and buy your apps for your phone. It's there. It's free. It's amazing. Okay, so the first one I have is Where the Dead Sleep by Joshua Moehling. I ended up with 2 copies of this, not knowing I had already owned it. I found this, I mean, I never read this copy. I found it used. It's in almost perfect condition. And this one is a murder mystery. And have I read this? No, I read And There He Kept Her, and I really liked it. So I have not read this one yet. I was like, I don't think I read it. But yeah, I have 2 copies of this, so that's why that's in my Pango shop. Magpie Murders. I just kind of lost interest in reading this. No other reason than I lost interest, but it is very popular. It's a big title. Never been read, perfect condition, so that's in there. I just don't think it's going to be a book for me. Next one is The Cutting Season by Attica Locke. I did read this and enjoy it, but it's something that I know I won't reread at all. And it was good. I don't remember my rating. I think I gave it 4 stars, if I'm remembering correctly. I read it over last summer. I read it when we were out of town. You have a Louisiana setting, antebellum plantation turned to a tourist attraction. There is a murder, and you're following that kind of police detective trying to solve this murder. The writing was beautiful. I definitely want to check out more by Attica Locke. And it was good. I liked it, but I know I won't read it, so that's why that's in there. Okay, let's see. This one, another one, it's just a mystery thriller I haven't read, but I just kind of lost interest. This is The Banker's Wife by Cristina Alger. Don't know much about it. Let's see. We have a private plane bound for Geneva. Oh no, it crashes, and its wreckage is uncovered days later in the Alps. So one of these people that disappeared on this plane was Matthew Werner. He's an insider at the Swiss United, a powerful offshore bank, and his young widow, Annabelle, begins a desperate search for answers and quickly determines that Matthew's death was no accident. She soon finds herself in a terrifying cat and mouse chase on the run from its powerful enemies, who will stop at nothing to hide the truth. I'm not going to keep reading. I have so many mystery thrillers that it can be overwhelming. And I haven't heard like bad things about this book. I just decided it was something I wasn't interested in anymore. So that one's in there. The next one is a YA book, Morgan Rhodes' Falling Kingdoms. This is the beginning of a series. I just decided that I didn't want to get started on this series. I've heard great things about this. I just kind of decided it's kind of like Game of Thrones, but YA is kind of what I heard. But yeah, I just decided I wanted to unhaul it. It's never been read, but I just didn't want to put another series like kind of on my radar to read, because I'm a little overwhelmed by the amount of series I have that I haven't even started. So, and sometimes YA works for me, sometimes it doesn't, but this is a YA fantasy. This one is So Buttery Soft, and this is another mystery. I unhauled this because it is book 8 in a series. So again, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to start on book 8 in a series, and I don't want to start a new series because I have enough that I'm either haven't started or in the middle of. So I don't know what else to tell you. We have a teenage daughter of a local fortune teller who was orphaned when her mother was murdered. We have looks like it takes place in San Francisco. A skeleton tumbles from the wall of her latest business investment, and the police only seem interested in the bag of gold coins that fell out with this skeleton. So it sounds intriguing. I obviously bought it. It was a cover buy. It looks good. It's book 8, so I'm a little worried that I will be lost. I'm not sure. I don't even know what the name of the series is. Let's see if I can find out for you guys. Might be the Silver Rush mystery series. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up, but it is number 8 in a series, so that's why that one's in there. Next one is another young adult. I just not interested in reading it. It's brand new, never been read. I got this for a couple bucks at Barnes & Noble. They had like a deal if you bought a Starbucks coffee. I think it was $5. I have a couple David Bell's of his adult titles on my shelf, so I definitely want to give this author a try. But it's YA, so I've just kind of lost interest in it. I bought this thinking maybe my daughter would want to pick it up, but she said she wasn't interested either, so that's why that's in the Pango shop. This one, 17-year-old Hunter Gifford wakes up in the hospital on the night of homecoming. He's shocked to learn he and his girlfriend Chloe Summers have been in a terrible car accident. Hunter has no memory of the crash, and his shock turns to horror when he is told Chloe's blood has been found in the car, but she has disappeared. So that's kind of the premise of that one. Sounds intriguing, but I think it's going to be too YA for me to really enjoy. I like my thrillers to be a little more dark and gritty. Next one is super popular. Actually, a lot of people have this book in their carts on my Pango cart, but no one has purchased it. It's still up for sale, and this is Emily Wilde's Encyclopaedia of Faeries. This was a book that just wasn't for me. I bought it. It's so beautiful. It's got deckled edges. The spine is not broken. It's paperback, but it has like the little flap there. I just did not enjoy this book, and I decided I wasn't going to continue on in the series. This just is a very popular book. A lot of people love it. I just did not. I was the unpopular opinion, but this is a very popular book, and like I said, I read it, but it is in perfect condition. I was very careful with it. I don't like to bend the spines if I can help it. So there's that one. This one, I don't even remember where I picked it up. It might have been in a free little library. But after hearing Sarah's review at Sarah's Nightstand, she really didn't like it. She DNF'd it, and that makes me think I'm not going to like it either. But this one is Dark Academia. University of Georgia. You have a fraternity brother who steps into a busy crosswalk and is struck dead by an oncoming car. And then there's a bunch of witnesses that all agree that the guy driving the car looks just like the guy that was killed. So obviously that sounds intriguing, but I'm worried this isn't going to be a book for me either. So that's on there. It's brand new, hardcover. And as far as the books on my Pango, in my Pango store, which obviously I'll leave down in the description if you guys want to check it out, I'm gonna leave what the books I'm talking about in there for a couple more weeks, maybe even to the first of the year, but then I think I'm just gonna gift them to my local library or something, because I do need to get them out of the house. So that's kind of why I wanted to kind of come on here too and just say, like, you know, if any of these sound interesting, grab them now. But the fact that, like I said, it's a veteran-owned company, it makes it so easy to buy and sell books. I really like the app overall. But yeah, Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I've read this copy. This is, everyone knows what this book is. I ended up getting a hardcover copy from Book of the Month, and it matches my other hard copies I have from Book of the Month. There we go. So I just decided I don't need 2 copies, and this is such a good book. I love this book. And so I feel like I want someone else to pick it up and read it because it's so good. All right. Next 2 are thrillers that I enjoyed, and I just know I'm not going to reread them, and I want someone else to enjoy them. They're both by Sandie Jones. We have The First Mistake and The Guilt Trip. So we have those 2. They were good. I enjoyed them, but again, I'm not going to reread those ones again. This one is a Peter Pan retelling. This is by Liz Michalski, a novel of Peter Pan. It says it's called Darling Girl. And again, I just kind of lost interest. It's YA. It's beautiful. We have the tower on the back. It's a really pretty book. But it says, life is looking up for Holly Darling, granddaughter of Wendy. Yes, that Wendy. She's running a successful skincare company. Her son Jack is happy and healthy, and the tragedy of her past is well behind her. Until she gets a call from her daughter Eden, who has been in a coma for nearly a decade, has gone missing from the estate where she's been long tucked away. And, worst of all, Holly knows who must be responsible, Peter Pan, who is not only very real, but very dangerous. Eden has a rare condition, a secret that Holly is desperate to protect, especially from Eden's half-brother Jack, who knows nothing about his sister or the crucial role she plays in his life. Holly has no one to turn to. Her mother Jane is the only other person in the world who knows that Peter is more than a story, but she refuses to accept that he is not the hero she's always imagined. Desperate, Holly enlists the help of Christopher Cook, a notorious ex-soldier, in the hopes of rescuing Eden before she loses both her children. Darling Girl brings all the magic of the classic Peter Pan story to the present, while also exploring the dark underpinnings of fairy tales, grief, aging, sacrifice, motherhood, and just how far we will go to protect those we love. So this sounds really good. I just kind of lost interest, to be honest. I've heard great things about it, so that's in there. Okay, the next one I picked up at Half Price Books, thinking my daughter would like it. I have heard a lot about this book. It's by Morgan Matson, Since You've Been Gone. I think she's a very popular author with YA. And it sounds good, but I just know I'm not going to read it. My daughter didn't have interest, so I thought, it's in perfect condition. It's new as well. Might as well let someone else enjoy it. This one, it says, it was Sloane who yanked Emily out of her shell and made life 100% interesting. But right before what should have been the most epic summer, Sloane just disappears, and she leaves behind a to-do list. On it, 13 Sloane-inspired tasks that Emily would normally never try. But what if they could bring her best friend back? Apple picking at night, dance until dawn, kiss a stranger. Emily now has this unexpected summer and the help of Frank Porter, totally unexpected, to check things off Sloane's list. Who knows what she'll find? So you have 2 best friends, a list. This sounds interesting. I'm too old to really thoroughly enjoy this book, I think. Okay, next one I enjoyed. I think I gave it 3 or 4 stars. I read this a while ago, The Wife Between Us. I just know I won't reread it, so that's in there. It says, when you read this book, you will make many assumptions. You will assume you are reading about a jealous ex-wife. You will assume she is obsessed with her replacement, a beautiful younger woman who's about to marry the man they both love. You will assume you know the anatomy of this tangled love triangle, but assume nothing. Twisted and deliciously chilling, The Wife Between Us deftly explores the hidden complexities of marriage and the dangerous truths we ignore in the name of love. Read between the lies. This was a smart thriller. I enjoyed it. I just know I'm not going to read it again. So that's in there. That's a good one if you haven't read it. Next 2, 3 more. Next 2, I just decided I lost interest in. They are historical fiction. We have Kate Atkinson, Life After Death. It's World War I and World War II, I believe. Yeah, you're following Ursula Todd. She's born in 1910. She's the third child of a wealthy English banker. She dies before she can draw her first breath. On that same cold and snowy night, Ursula Todd is born, lets out a lusty wail, and embarks upon a life that will be, to say the least, unusual. For as she grows, she also dies repeatedly, in any number of ways. Ursula's world is in turmoil, and she faces the unspeakable evil of the greatest war in history. What power and force can one woman exert over the fate of civilization? If only she has the chance. So we have, she dies in a lot of different ways. She comes back. I think this one's World War I. And then the sequel, which is A God in Ruins, I believe is World War II. This one follows her brother, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. World War I, World War II, I believe. Do your own research in case I'm wrong, but I just decided I'm no longer interested in that. And then last but not least is the 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. This copy was actually never read. I think I ended up reading this, from the library and then picked this up. But then I found it in hardcover, like a first edition hardcover. So I decided I wanted to keep that and get this to someone. So that one is in there as well. I really enjoyed this one. I read this a couple years ago. So there you have it. That's about half of what's in my Pango store right now. I strongly suggest you guys check it out for yourselves because it is so convenient, easy, veteran owned, which is amazing. It's supporting veteran families and businesses. I love that. But yeah, I hope some of these books, if it sounds interesting to you, check it out. I hope you enjoy them. Some of them are really great. And yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Happy reading. See you in the next one. Bye.